Sweet Life of Queen. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so today I'm coming to share with you guys our Disney trip. As you can see, if you go back in my vlogs, I recorded like almost every single day that we were there, even though I was super duper tired, so I didn't talk on a lot of them, and I apologize for that. But it was because of the start of our trip. We had a little transportation issues there, but we're going to talk about that in a minute. However, if you are new here, please introduce yourself to me. Comment down below, say hi. I would love to get to know you guys. Yeah, like this video and also subscribe to this channel, okay? So now we're going to get into my Disney trip 2021. So if you guys didn't know, I am obsessed with Walt Disney World. I love it, love it, love it. I go every year. Sometimes I go twice a year. This time, we usually go in the summer or in the fall, sometimes both. This time we went in June because I just needed a vacation like right now, and I couldn't wait till the fall. But it was so much fun. Actually, I have a Disney Facebook group called Disney Royals. So if you're interested, it's on Facebook. You can guys find us and join. We talk about Disney all day long and other stuff too. But we are such a tight-knit family. I started this group 7 years ago, and it is now like booming like crazy. We're still small. I don't want it to be a gigantic, enormous group. I love it small, but we have really, like I said, become Ohana family. So when some of the members found out that I was going in June, they kind of switched their dates around, and we ended up meeting up there together. So that was pretty cool. Also, one of the ladies, she was like, hey, this is my birthday month. I want to come celebrate my birthday with you guys. I was like, fine, sure, come on, do that. I celebrated my birthday at Disney last year, so it was quieter because it was the pandemic time. However, it was still intimate. It was a lot of fun. I actually met some of the royals down there too, and I stayed at the Polynesian resort then. This time, I stayed at one of the value resorts, which is All Star Movies, because it's the only one that is now open. There are 3 values: All Star Movies, All Star Sports, and All Star Music. The very first time I went to Disney, I stayed at All Star Music, and that one became my actual favorite. I stayed at movies twice, but I don't know, I still love music for some reason. I guess because when we went, it was like a special trip because both my children are in the band, and they ended up canceling their band trip to Disney, and they switched it to Washington, D.C., and my kids were like so upset, and they just did not want to go to Washington, D.C. again. They was like, Mom, we went already. So I ended up doing, so I tried to do everything music based, okay? And then I got a lot of Disney magic when I went to music. I don't know, it was just like the cast members that worked there, it was just such a vibe, and I love music. Not saying that movies isn't bad, because movies is okay. I like it. Last year I stayed in Fantasia. This time we stayed by the Dalmatians section and Mighty Ducks. And we came in at night. So let me start with our travel day, okay? Because our travel day was a nightmare. As everywhere right now, trying to go to Florida is a nightmare because Hurricane Elsa is there meeting them now. But but before Elsa came, you know, she left the winter and she was like, I'm coming now. But before she got there, you know, it rained a lot, and I guess a lot of the flights and stuff got canceled. Actually, when we were at the airport, I overheard someone telling another customer that they had a total of 30 cancellations that day. I was like, what? But anyway, long story short, our flight got canceled. Then we had another flight. We missed the flight, first of all. Then the flight that we were going to be on, they said we had to have overlay in Dallas, Texas. And then we had to go to Orlando. That flight got canceled. I was like, what? So they was like, it wasn't too bad though. Like I was telling one of my friends, we talked to a lot of different people at the airport, so that made the time fly by really quickly. So We flew out of O'Hare in Chicago, which is one of the bigger airports. We usually fly out of Midway, but I found cheaper tickets for O'Hare, so we did that. But it was fine. It was fine. I flew out of O'Hare last year with Frontier. This time we went with Southwest. To be honest, I've always flown with Southwest, but I kind of do like Frontier too. I know a lot of people always talk about they don't like the little cheap airplanes and stuff, but I did not have a bad experience with Frontier, and it was during the pandemic big time, so I was really, really nervous because I flew by myself. It was my first time flying by myself, but it wasn't really bad. It was pretty cool. So yeah, so anyway, long story short, we was gonna have to lay over in Dallas, then fly to Orlando. Something came up and they was like, you guys will be stuck in Dallas. So they called our name over the intercom, and I was like, what the heck? You know, like, why are you guys calling us? And so we went up there to the counter, and they was like, do you guys know anybody in Tampa? I'm like, yeah, I have friends all over. Thank the Lord. I have friends all over the world. Oh my gosh. So I was like, yes. And then I have a sister who also lives in Tampa. She's been in Florida for years. She loves Disney too. She used to live in California, but she moved to Tampa. So I was like, yeah, I know people in Tampa. So they were like, cool. Well, do you think they can pick you up? And I'm like, yeah, okay. So actually one of my friends who is also a group member, thank the Lord for my Disney Royals, she was able to come get us from Tampa and take us to Orlando because they did not have a flight into Orlando, and they said we would be stuck in Dallas for a long time. Okay, so we made it to Tampa, but then they sent our luggage to Orlando, guys. Oh my gosh, what a nightmare. So we had to drive from Tampa to Orlando, and it was raining too a little bit. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It wasn't like nobody on the streets, on the highway. So that was easy. So she actually gave us a little tour of Tampa and Orlando, which was nice. And we got to go into Wawa's. Wawa's is like a popular gas station that everybody talk about in a group, and I'm like, I've never been to Wawa's before, but we got to go to Wawa's, so that was cool too. I know. Trying to get the menu. I told him I was gonna come here. I didn't get the hoagie or the sub sandwich that everybody talk about because it was, you know, so late in the night. But anyway, we did get to go. So when we got to the airport, we got our luggage. Everything was fine. We got to our room. I did a very quick room tour, which I'll show. But they put us in a handicap room, y'all. I was like, why? But it was totally fine. It was very roomy and spacious, so it worked. The bathroom was nice. It was handicap style, but you know, it kind of helped. It worked with the handles. It helps. It works. I'm getting older now, so it worked. I didn't have any complaints about anything at movies. Movies was great. Handicap bathroom? They gave us a handicap room. Yeah, so it was an overall good experience. We just were so tired. We didn't get into our room till like 3 a.m. So that's why the room tour was quick, because my family was ready to go to bed. Then the next morning, I had already booked a reservation for Chef Mickey's for breakfast. Thank goodness I did it kind of later. It was going towards 10 o'clock a.m. So that kind of worked. I did wake up early because we were also going to Hollywood Studios that day. And I wanted to try to get the Rise of Resistance, which I did not get. But whatever, it's all good next time. So, yeah, so Chef Mickey's. Chef Mickey's, you know, I hear so much bickering about Chef Mickey's. Some people like it, some people don't. Actually, I had no complaints. And I did go for breakfast. I was going to do dinner, but I switched to breakfast because my family is very picky, as you can see in my vlogs. They are super picky when it comes to food. They're super picky about a lot of stuff. So I try to keep it simple for them. And usually, if we eat a good sized breakfast, we can go for a while without eating until dinner time. You know, we can have a snack here and there. And let me just jump in and say this, that I really do miss the dining plan. Actually, my husband missed the dining plan because we use the dining plan usually when we go. For those of you who don't know what the dining plan is, it's a prepaid food service that Disney allows, and well, that Disney have. And I usually do the quick service, the one table service, one quick service, two snacks, like that. So, and I always do the table service because I love character meals. I am a big kid. I love the characters. Plus, that's an easier way to see them versus standing on long lines in the parks or whatever. And right now, with it being, you know, with the COVID and the pandemic, it's kind of hard to still see the characters. I mean, you can see them from a distance. I don't really like taking a selfie with them. I like to hug the characters. I like to be able to talk to them. So it makes it a little different. So this way, I figure we could still see Mickey and Minnie. And we actually had so much fun. Chef Mickey's was a ball, okay? Chef Mickey was so much fun. And we had a really great waitress. She was an older lady. She was very nice. And I have fun. I enjoyed it. I have no complaints. My daughter loved their cheesy potatoes. That's all she wanted to eat. So actually, when we went, I think it was 2017, we went to Akusus. Okay, I'm being very bold saying this name right now because this restaurant in Norway, in Epcot, it's the Princess Dining. For those of you who don't know, my group made so much fun of me because, hey, I said it how it looked like it was spelled, okay? So it's spelled with the A, so I said Akusus, whatever. But we learned that it's pronounced Akusus or whatever because it's Norwegian. I don't know Norwegian language, so bear with me, you know. Anyway, so she fell in love with Disney's cheesy potatoes. So that year, I think she was 15, and her whole diet was like Disney's cheesy potatoes, the chicken nuggets, and Mickey waffles and the Mickey ice cream sandwiches. Like she was a freaking toddler or something. Like she was preschool. Like that was her whole Disney diet. Oh, and the macaroni and cheese. She loves Disney macaroni and cheese. So, but anyway, back to now. Chef Mickey's had the cheesy potatoes. And this girl, when I tell you, she loved potatoes. She wanted the cheesy potatoes at every restaurant we went to. She ordered potatoes. They wasn't exactly what she thought she was getting, but she ordered potatoes at every restaurant. It was so funny. So Chef Mickey's was a blast. I recommend it. I was just tired because, again, we didn't get into 3 o'clock in the morning. I woke up at 6:45 trying to get the rides, so I was just wore out. After that, we went to Hollywood Studios, and it was a lot of fun. It wasn't bad as I thought it was going to be because, again, you guys, the last time I went, it was like nobody there, okay? The parks was super empty in 2020. We just walked on the rides, and it was a breeze. This time you had to kind of wait in line a little bit because, you know, there are no fast passes now, which is fine, totally cool. But it was just, it was hot. Not really, not bad. Everybody was asking me like, what's the weather? What's the weather? It wasn't bad. It was like 80 something degrees. However, where I live in Illinois is always 80 degrees if it's not raining. So it really didn't bother me. Like, the weather that day was not bad at all. So we went to Hollywood Studios. Lexi was very disappointed because only things that she wanted to ride was the Slinky Dog and the Tower of Terror. Slinky Dog wait time was always high, of course. And when we finally did make it over to that side, it broke down. I don't know what happened. They got stuck on it, and yeah. We didn't get to do Slinky Dog. We waited in line for a while, so she was very disappointed. But she got to do Hollywood's Tower of Terror, and she got to do Rock and Roller Coaster, which she absolutely loved. And what else? I love Star Tours. That's my favorite. And Mickey and Minnie Railway. Runaway Railway. I always say that like so wrong. Oh my gosh, you guys, that was the best, the cutest little ride. Okay, I'm getting ready to say something. Do not come for me, especially my royals, because you already know what I'm getting ready to say. Okay, so yes, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad, whatever it's called, it was replaced from the Great Movie Ride. So the Great Movie Ride have been there forever in the Chinese theater. Y'all, I like Mickey and Minnie's better than the Great Movie Ride. I'm just keeping it real. I like it better. Don't come for me, okay? Because I know you are. But I thought that was the cutest little ride, and actually felt like you were gonna fall. It was just so much fun. I'm not gonna tell everything, so in case you guys ever went, but you guys need to check it out. It is so fun. Oh my god, it was just so cute. I love it. They did an excellent job on it. They really did. Because it was the first like trackless ride. It's not really a roller coaster, but it was so fun. Oh, it was cute. It was super cute. So you have to do that one. It's a must do. We went to Toy Story Land. We went to Star Wars Land. We just walked around. We had fun. Then we got tired, so we went back to the resort. James and Lexi took a nap. I went to the birthday celebration at Magic Kingdom with my royals, and we had a little mini meetup. Everybody didn't make it there on time because everybody had transportation issues, whatever. So, but it was still fun, and it started to rain, of course. Yay! But that's okay. A rainy day at Disney is better than being stuck at work or at home. Okay. Especially, it's been raining here in Illinois, like every day, working my nerves. But anyway, so we had fun. We all got to meet up. A lot of us, it was our first time meeting, but some I had already met before, like Donna and Pam and a couple others. I already know them, we met before. So we have a meetup kind of like once a year, sometimes twice a year. We'll have it in Chicago, or we'll have it at Disney. And if you guys hear some noise, that's Avery. She's walking around, our puppy. And so I met some of them already, but some of them, it was our first time. However, it didn't feel like it was our first time because, again, we do talk every single day. We go live in the group. We have Zoom parties, so we get to see each other. So it's like we already known each other for years, which we really have. Because most of the royals have been in the group for at least 4+ years. So, it's like we know each other. We're a big family, like I said. We have a lot of new ones that's coming in, and some of the new ones did come to the meetup too, like Jess. She's fairly new to the group, and she just jumped in. I feel like Jess is my girl. Like, she's been there forever. Hey, Miss Avery. Okay, so the meetup was fun. We had a phenomenal photographer. He took our pictures. Like, it was so long. I tried to go through that real quick, but it was such a long shoot. Such a long shoot because everybody, we wanted single pictures, it was just fun. It was fun. While we were doing that, Pam was also going live stream in the group, so the people in the group could watch and feel a part still. Okay, so again, people, it really wasn't technically a meetup. It just ended up being a little mini meetup. So we had a blast. Some of them had already eaten lunch together because they were in the park all day. We had went to Hollywood Studios first, and then I hopped over to Magic Kingdom. My family, they went back to bed. They were tired. They didn't feel like coming, so it was fine. But then when they woke up, they was ready to eat. I really didn't book anything. This trip was kind of like, I was going with the flow. Because I usually have everything booked. And I kind of liked it this way better because I wasn't racing to this fast pass. I wasn't racing to this dining, reservation. I did schedule a couple of the dinings like Chef Mickey's and Topolino's and, what was the other one? Grand Floridian. We'll talk about that later. That's my favorite place ever. Okay? We'll talk about that later. So the meetup was fun. We went on a couple of rides because it just started raining. It was getting ready to storm. And so we went to the Pooh Bear ride and the Little Mermaid. I love the Pooh Bear ride. I get on there like every time I go to Magic Kingdom. I don't know why. It's just such a cute little ride. It's simple and it's cute, and I'm in love with Pooh Bear since I was little. My kids too. So then we did the Little Mermaid. I love that ride too. And they got on It's a Small World and some other stuff. I actually left because my family was hungry. So by the time I got to the room, y'all, I took my shower. I was done for the day. They went to the food court and they met with some of the royals there. They had a nice time. We ended up FaceTiming each other. I went to bed. Again, you guys, I didn't get in till 3:30 in the morning. And then, you know, so sister girl was tired. Okay, next day, what did we do? Next day, I believe it was our Animal Kingdom day. But before we went to Animal Kingdom, I did breakfast at Topolino's. So Topolino Terrace is such a beautiful restaurant. It is inside the Riviera Resort. I'm sorry, Chef Mickey's is inside the Contemporary Resort too. So we took the monorail, we took the bus and then took the monorail at Magic Kingdom to go to Chef Mickey's. So from Riviera, which I was so happy. We took the bus to Hollywood Studios and we got on the Skyliner. Okay, so story time for the Skyliner. Like 2 years ago, when the Skyliner first was, you know, getting built, I am so definitely afraid of heights. I don't like airplanes. I don't fly anywhere unless I have to. I'm afraid of heights. I don't even like standing in a chair, okay? I'm definitely afraid of heights. So the Skyliner. The first time I got on Skyliner was 2019, and it wasn't bad. I actually kind of liked it. So I was really excited because the last couple of times I went to Disney, Lexi didn't go with me, and so I was so excited to see her reaction to the Skyliner, which totally surprised me because she didn't like it. I just knew she would, but it was funny. So we got a good laugh out of that. She was like, whoa, Mom, you ain't tell me all of this. Then she sat backwards too, so I think that kind of like, you know, whatever. She did not like it at all. But, so Topolino Terrace, that place is, I loved it. I had the waffles because that's what I had the last time. But when I was there the last time, I tasted one of my friends. She had the quiche. And it was so good. So I was like, okay, I have to get the quiche because you can get more plates, okay? You can get 2 of everything, at least 2 or 3 of everything. You just have to ask. A lot of people don't know that. So that's a little tip, okay? So you can get your main plate, but then you can order something else off the menu as well. You already paid for it, okay? So I got a side of the quiche and I got the waffles and the bacon. It was so good. James and Lexi got the steak and eggs, and it was really good. However, the steak was a little salty. I think it was just the seasoning they put on it. It was overly seasoned, but yeah. And then our friend James and Morgan, you're gonna see them in the vlog too. They went later. I don't think they went the next day after we did. And James, he got the steak and eggs, and he said the same thing. He said it was very salty. He was doing like a steak. Okay, so right now in our group we have like a steak challenge at Disney. I don't even know how it started. I think Sarah's son, Caleb, I think he started it on a trip, and like everywhere they went, they ate steak. So then Donna, she did a whole Shula's and all the steak restaurants, and she goes live in the groups and she gives her reviews, and it was just such a fun thing. So I didn't do the steak challenge because I knew I wasn't gonna eat a whole lot. I don't know. When I'm at Disney, I'm so excited. Like I can't really eat like I want to. But they did have the steak. It was good. It was just salty. The characters were phenomenal. Oh my gosh, Daisy and Donald, baby, they was getting it. Okay, they was like almost twerking. That's a black one. Donald jamming too hard. Woo! And I missed one clip of Donald because he like he was doing that. He was at the other table, and baby, when I tell you Donald was getting down, I was like, "Where is my camera?" But then by the time I pulled it out, he stopped, and then he kind of did a little bit more, but it wasn't the same as the original time. It was so funny and so cute, and so let's compare the characters from Chef Mickey's and for Topolino's. Okay, so Chef Mickey's, you have Mickey Mouse, Minnie, Goofy, and Pluto. Chef Mickey's, is Donald there? Yeah, Donald too. You have the Fab Five. And at Topolino's, you have Mickey Mouse, Minnie, and Daisy, and Donald. Okay, just the four. And I actually like the character interaction better at Topolino's. I think because they just dance more. I mean, they both did their little dances and stuff, but at Chef Mickey's, they were mostly posing so you guys can get the pictures in, which was very good. A lot of people, even though you're not supposed to stand up, a lot of people did stand their kids up closer to their table so they can get good pictures, which I didn't have a problem with it. I thought it was actually cute because some of the pictures that I've seen people do that, it actually turned out cuter than you just sitting in your chair and you taking a selfie of the characters. Yeah, so it was really fun. It was really cute. And I'm just a big Topolino's fan, okay? So we walked around the Riviera. One day you guys want to stay there. I always have to go outside to the balcony. And you can take pictures there. The scenery is beautiful. You can see Hollywood Studios. You can see Tower Terror. You can see the Caribbean Beach Resort, which is right next door. It's just a beautiful scenery, okay? And yeah, so we did that, took some pictures, and it was just a lot of fun. So after Topolino's, we went to Animal Kingdom. Our Animal Kingdom day was hilarious. It rained, it stormed, and I want to say this, don't you guys get offended, but you know, it was something that when we walked to Animal Kingdom, there was this guy. I didn't film it, but there was this guy, it was a black guy, and he was pushing a stroller, and he was like, "I'm so glad to see y'all here." And I'm like, "What?" He just laughed. So it was funny. We kind of laughed because we knew what he meant. And I'm not trying to make this like a race thing, but when he said that, I flashed back to when Lexi was there the last time, not this time. But when we were there in 2017, she was like, "Mom," like we would go to the character diners in the different places. She was like, "I don't see a lot of black people here. Like, what the heck is going on?" Like especially when we went to Crystal Palace, there was like no black people there. There's the things that we do notice being black, you know. And so when he said that, I literally flashed back to what Lexi said then, and we just all started laughing. There was other black people in there. I don't know how he didn't see it, because as soon as he said that, it was a whole nother black family coming through. They're all leaving out as we were going into the rain. I don't know why I just shared that, but I just thought it was hilarious the way he said it. He was like, "Oh, I'm so glad to see y'all here." I was like, okay. But everybody is like, when I'm there, I never encounter like mean people. I know everybody has different mood swings and stuff at Disney, but everybody is usually happy and jolly. So I say that just to say, because I just think everybody's always like in a good mood when they're there, even though you're tired and sleepy. I don't know. That's just an observation I just saw, and I just thought it was hilarious. But yeah, so on to Animal Kingdom. As soon as we got there, my main thing was to get on Flight of Passage, because that's what Lexi wanted to do, and she wanted to go to Navi, and I wanted to do Everest. So I was really trying to get to Everest before the storm came, but I was too late. You guys, I'm like not a thrill seeker. I'm not a big roller coaster person, but I really wanted to get on Everest. I thought it'd be fun. And yeah, we didn't get to do it because it stormed the whole time. Donna was actually at Animal Kingdom when we were there, and she said it was like crappy weather the whole time she was there too. We kept texting and messaging each other, and yeah, so she headed out as we were going in, so we missed each other. But again, I've seen Donna several times. That's my girl. We talk on the phone every day. But yeah, so we did the Flight of Passage. That was so much fun. That was like the best ride. Only thing I hated was the wait. So the wait time, when we got there, it said 40 minutes, and then it turned into 65. I think because everybody was trying to get out the rain. So we did get caught in the rain, standing outside of Flight of Passage in Pandora. But that ride was so much fun. To ride the Banshee, oh my god, it was so cute. And the lady that was next to Lexi, it was a black lady and her son. It was her first time riding. The way that lady was cracking us up, oh my gosh, she made it like even more fun. So it was hilarious. Then we did Navi. Okay, I'm not a big Navi fan. It's relaxing. You know, I love the boat rides, but to me, I thought it was rather boring. Lexi loved it. Like, she been playing the songs, you know, the music since we came back. She loved Navi. That's all she wanted to go on. That was like her big thing. I have to get on Navi. I'm like, out of all the rides, that's what you want to get on? Oh gosh, it was so funny. So we did that, and that was pretty much our Animal Kingdom day because we were going to get some food for dinner and we didn't want to stay in the parks. So we ended up meeting James and Morgan, who didn't make it to the meetup on Monday because they didn't get into the next day. So we met them at Coronado Springs. And I've been to Coronado before. I haven't stayed there, but I have been there. I've been to the Grandestino Towers. So it is so pretty in there. And maybe I'll insert a picture right here so you guys can see. You know, I love Grandestino. That's like my second, maybe third favorite Disney resort. One of these days I'm gonna have to do a list of my favorite Disney resorts. But yeah, so it was so much fun. We had dinner at Three Bridges, and the food was actually pretty good. A lot of the members were like, how did you like the food? Some people thought it was kind of underwhelming. The fries were good. They had like this Parmesan fries or something, seasoned, I don't know. They were really good. And then I had steak on my fries. It was just weird because it was just steak on fries. I felt like it should have had some cheese sauce or something extra to it, but it was still good. The steak was very tender, had a little kick in the sauce, but it was still good. Everybody else got burgers except James. He got lamb chops and he said they were delicious. I love the cast member there because they gave their little girl a special little cup and it was green. So she was looking like, what is this? She threw it to Lexi like, you open it. But it was so cute. It was a little Tinkerbell. I thought it was so adorable and she absolutely loved it. So then we went back home and we hung out with the Kellys and some other people. Back home, I mean the resorts. And we hung out in the food court for a while before we all went to bed with some of the royals. And the next day, we went to, what did we do? Oh, we left Disney and we went to SeaWorld. So I'm not gonna really talk about that. It was nice. It just rained. You know, June, I guess, is not a good month to travel in, going to Disney, because it rained like every day. It did stop some parts of the day, but we pretty much got rained out of SeaWorld. But James did win Lexi a little Yoshi from Super Mario Brothers or whatever. She was happy about that. But yeah, it was fun. It was a fun day. We hung out with one of the royals. I just love, thank you, girl. She was such a gem. She's like, I want to be your tour guide there. I'm like, okay. She hung out with us. So it was fun. She don't like to be on camera, so she wasn't really on the camera. The food there was actually quite gross. It was not good at all. Lexi, she actually switched foods with me and she ate my food because she really did not like her sandwich. It was dry. We all had chicken. I had like the chicken wings. They both had the chicken sandwiches and they did not like it at all. But yeah, so we'll do a SeaWorld review or something later. Back to Disney. So later on that evening, we came back, took a little rest at the our room because it was really downpouring. And then I believe we went to, I don't even remember. should have had notes. I'm trying to go off of memory. But I think we went to Epcot. Maybe that was the next day. I don't know. But anyway. So, well, anyway, our Epcot day was actually rather fun. Yeah, that's fine because we were going to go to Disney Springs. And Lexi was mad at me because we didn't go to Disney Springs. She really wanted to go because she wanted to go to the M&M store because she's obsessed with M&Ms. But, you know, I kind of rested a little too much. And we went to Epcot. And Epcot was a lot of fun. And then Epcot. You know what? So I'm not a big Epcot fan. And I don't know. I try to get into it, but I just can't. Like, I know a lot of members, they are obsessed with Epcot, you know, especially food and wine time. Maybe I need to go there because this is now in Flower and Garden. Food and wine will be starting in July, I want to say 14th, don't quote me. For a couple of weeks, the Food and Wine Festival will be starting, and that runs to November, and then it changes over to Christmas. Well, the Flower and Garden, it was really pretty. I love the same, you know, it's the same decor that they have every year. So some of them was a little different, but it was really cute and very, you know, decorated, very nice. They got on Test Track. It was a 75-minute wait, you guys. I wasn't waiting that long, so I went to Mexico. And it's a funny story about our Mexico little extravaganza because in the group, this was like, I don't know, one of my lives where I was talking, I'm like, I never made it inside in Mexico because I couldn't figure out how to get in there. Why did I say that? Lord have mercy. When I tell you, my group made fun of me so long. I was so glad to get this over with. I'm like, okay, the next time I go to Epcot, I'm definitely going to Mexico. Mexico is very pretty. I don't know what, I think the day when I went to Epcot, it poured down raining. It was pouring down rain. It was like so many people, and I think that's why I couldn't get into it because everybody was like standing like there in the way or whatever. I don't know. I just remember seeing Donald Duck. Again, this was 2017. I remember seeing Donald Duck taking pictures with the, you know, the guests and stuff. But whatever, I didn't go inside Epcot, so I mean Mexico, and I had to meet. That's what happened. Yeah, I was meeting another group member for T-shirts that we purchased. Long story short, we ain't going into that story, but anyway. So yeah, it became a big joke in the group. They would not quit teasing me. They would make fun of me every time somebody would go to Epcot. They would make sure they go to Mexico and they would go live in the group and they would tag me in it, and everybody just left me because I couldn't find a way to Epcot, and they was like, this is the way you get there. So I had to show them I'm a big girl, I can find my way to Epcot. It was a lot of fun. So I did the Mexico scenery, the San Angel in Hell. The restaurant is so beautiful. I'm gonna eat there real soon. But I wasn't hungry. Well, I didn't eat because we were going to dinner somewhere else. So I did ride the Grand Tour Fiesta. It was cute. It was kind of boring too. I think I just don't like the boat rides. I don't know, but it was cute. And so I went live in the group there too for a while, and I was, you know, they were all, oh my gosh, she found Mexico. It was so cute. So anyway, after that, I ran into some of the royals. So we talked for a while I was waiting for James and Lexi to get out of Test Track because they were still in line for a long time. And so I just hung out with some of the royals. Actually, one of the little boys, I was sitting by the bathroom on a bench because I was just resting because they were saying they were getting ready to come out. And one of the little boys from the group, he came to me and said, Miss Quinta. He came and gave me a hug. It was so precious because I felt like back in my daycare days when I used to work in the daycares forever. And it was so fun. It was so sweet. And so we talked to his parents and stuff for a while, and we hung out. And then, what did we do? I don't even remember. Y'all, I should have did this like the next day when I came home. I was so tired. Disney wears you out, you guys. Like, I need a vacation from Disney, okay? Next, we went to Magic Kingdom. You guys, they had so many different cavalcades. It was so cool. So the cavalcades is a new way of how they do the parade, so people didn't have to stand and wait, you know, because of COVID and all that stuff. So I think the cavalcades are very special. I think they're I like them more than the parades because, like, everybody always say, what time is the 3 o'clock parade? Duh, it's at 3 o'clock. And so, but I like the cavalcades because they're so random. You don't know when they're coming. All you know, all of a sudden you just hear this random music and you know it's somebody coming. Unless you go to the parks all the time, then you'll know which cavalcade is for which music. But if you're not used to going to the parks all the time, you don't know. So anyway, there's a lot of different cavalcades. They were so cool. I actually shared those. You can check those out on my videos. I have like all the cavalcades on there that we see. They had a rainy day one with the princesses. Oh my god, it was so cute. And they had the princesses and Goofy and Max. Just so many cute cavalcades. And all the parks, actually. All the parks have their own cavalcades, except Epcot. They didn't really have cavalcades, but we did see Goofy and Pluto. So I've got pictures of them. That was cute. So Magic Kingdom was like our chill Magic Kingdom evening. I didn't record a lot in there, but we had a lot of fun. Only disappointment I had was by the time I went to Haunted Mansion, it was closed for some odd reason. I don't even know why. So it was down. But everything else was great. And yeah, after that, we went to dinner. You guys, I'm wrapping it up, okay? Went to dinner at the Grand Floridian Cafe. So those of you who know me knows that the Grand Floridian is my dream resort. I have not stayed there yet, but one day I will. And I just love the resort. Everybody says it's so bougie and snooty and snotty, and they feel like people are looking at them when they go. I've never felt like that. I don't know why. My members are so funny. It's like, oh, it's stuffy. It's a stuffy resort. I'm like, I never felt like that. But I like to dress up when I go to the Grand Floridian all the time. I don't know why. I just do. And so I do miss 1900 only because of Cinderella, the dinner, but that's still closed. So we went to Grand Floridian Cafe. Grand Floridian Cafe is my absolute favorite restaurant. Quick service, it's my favorite, okay? It's so good. That fried chicken, baby, is good. So I always talk to everybody in the group when I be talking about that chicken, because 2 years ago, James and I went there. We did like a date night. I know everybody do the steakhouses and stuff, but I just needed an excuse to go into the Grand Floridian. So I picked there. And I got the shrimp and grits because everybody in the group's like, oh, the shrimp and grits is so good. You got to have the shrimp and grits, blah, 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 blah. Well, he got the fried chicken. And so I tasted his fried chicken. Y'all, when I tell you, I wanted to take his plate. Like, I was literally trying to eat his food. And so that's when I was like, okay, yeah. I was literally about to order some chicken just to take back to the room, okay? But I didn't, because that would have been too greedy. But anyway, that fried chicken. So last year when I went, that's where I had my birthday dinner. One of my birthday dinners there with some of the royals. And I got the fried chicken. Got everybody love the fried chicken now. So if you go there, you need to try the fried chicken, okay? It is thebomb.com. So, of course, we all got the fried chicken. It was so good. We shut the restaurant down because our reservation was like at 8:30. It was like actually nobody really in there. I switched the reservation because I had it at 6, but the Kellys wanted to join us again, which was so much fun. I love them. So I switched it to 8:30. That was on the late thing they had open. And it was nice. We had the whole hotel. The hotel was quiet. So when I went in 2020, Grand Floridian was kind of eerie because it was so quiet. We were used to hearing the music and a band, and I missed the band. I missed the piano guy. He's still there. The band, not yet. Hopefully they'll bring him back. But anyway, overall, the trip was really great. It was really great. I really don't have any complaints besides the rain. The rain kind of put a damper on everything. So you got to prepare for that, which I already knew. How about I thought I had my ponchos packed. I'm like, oh, I left them in the room. We get to the room, I couldn't find them. No, we walked in our house. James like, the ponchos is right here on the chair. But we didn't even use the ponchos. It was fine. Ponchos are actually kind of hot and sticky anyway, so it was fine. But we had a great trip. We had a great time. I can't wait to go back again. Everybody keeps asking me when I'm going back. I don't know. But I will let you know if I do decide to go back again soon. But yeah, that's pretty much all of my trip review. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments or anything, just comment it down below and let me know, and I will answer them the best way I can. And yeah, thank you guys so very much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Bye.